And welcome to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as we get set for this Friday night matchup as the West Central Heat will host the Amboy Clippers. I'm Ken Sooner alongside Madeline Doran on the camera. As we get set, it looks like Amboy will kick. Amboy in the white and red sleeves. Kind of got that New York Jet look on the sleeves as they... Oh boy, New York Jets are in a weird position right now. And the West Central with the classic college stripes. Looking like the Wisconsin Badgers out there, especially with the W. So it helps out. Black pants for Amboy. So 12 minutes on the clock here at West Central. And boy, I do love, I was telling Maddie on the drive down here, I do love announcing games here. Because you can see, especially when the corn's still there, in the background, I get to see the lights behind it. Set to kick. That is number 5, Reed Plate. 2 deep men for the... Oh, excuse me. I even told you the colors and I screwed them up. West Central receives as they'll get down to the 32-yard line. That's where they'll start out. Do have our live chat open like always, so if I mispronounce a name, if I screw something up, if I forget to put a number on the scoreboard, please do tell me. And if you got a special shout out for anybody, we'll go ahead and oblige that as well. 1st and 10 for West Central. All right, under center, 1 man behind. Showing a blitz, and they do blitz. They're going to run outside. He's got a lot of blockers. He cuts outside, going around. He's just trying to figure out which lane he wants to go through. First down and some more. Almost to the 45 to the 46-yard line, and a long rush for him will get the first down. Great rush there for the Heat for a first down and more. They'll get to the 46-yard line. Have an extra man towards the left. They'll run a trap towards the right. Gets upfield, stopped, and turned around on a great tackle by Amboy. That's number 6, Ed Fry, on the tackle. Got a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and, let's go with 2. Let's go 2nd and 8. They're from the 48-yard line, knocking on the door of Clipper territory. And that's not Los Angeles this time. That is Amboy. Have a wing towards the left. They're going to send a blitz this time. The fullback, as he stumbles ahead past the 50 to the 48-yard line. Kelly on the rush. The freshman, Graham Kelly, on the rush. It'll be 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Heat. 10-14 to go here in this first quarter. They'll run a wing to the right. It's going to be a trap to the right. He's looking upfield, but that is squashed. Maybe a loss of 2. That's a great job by Amboy line to blow that up. It looks like 83. Evan Flanagan in on the tackle. I tried to exactly see who the other man was there to tackle him, but I could not quite catch that. So 4th and a little bit more than 5. We'll go 4th and 4. Might see a hard count here. As you can see the linebackers playing back, holding down that first line. And it will be a fullback rush. Can they stop it? And they do. They'll stop him a yard short, and it'll be Amboy ball. As the offense switches in, defense able to stop the Heat after the first long rush. Heat using a few pullers, getting a few trap plays in there, will work when they can get the linemen up and out of their stance faster. So the Clippers get set for their first offensive drive of the day. 9:21 to go. And we'll see how they line up. Looks like I formation. Fall back a little bit closer than the halfback. Probably could set up a few dives that way. They'll hand it off. Oh, it's going to be a flea flicker. Flea flicker. He's got a lot of room blocking. 1 man down there, and it is Incomplete. Almost had it on the hands, had it perfect on the way down, just could not survive the tackle. So after the incomplete flea flicker, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Clippers. Looks like a tight end towards the left. Showing blitz, and they do. They blitz right through the fullback dive. He bounces off 2. He's going to keep on trucking. He'll get past the line of scrimmage. Slides out for some extra yardage. And he gets about 4. As I just found a way to cut myself on the chain link fence behind me. Oh, as my boss says at work, it's not a full day of work until Kenny's cut himself somehow. So 3rd and about 6, we'll say. Sticking with the I formation. Looking to roll out pass, has the slant, and he's got him. He's going to keep on running down past the 30, and he'll be out of bounds at around the, can't quite see where they're going to mark it. They mark it behind the 30, so it'll be down at 31, but still a first down for the Amboy Clippers. And boy, what a moon we got already. Nice, big, bright, and orange sitting right there, right on the horizon. 1st and 10. Sticking with the I. Hand it off this time. All the way through. Has a wide hole and in for the Amboy Clipper touchdown. That is number 25, Braden Klein on the rush. And he gets the first points on the board as the Clippers lead 6-0. Set for the 2-point conversion. 8:37 left to go here in this first quarter. So 2-point conversion attempt for Amboy. They'll hand it off. He's going to try and pop outside, but he's got a nice tackle. Let's see what number that is. That is number 2. Cooper Gibb on the tackle.
No good.
So 6-0 your score. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Clippers set to kick off. And this one's going to be Squib rolling as it gets a nice roll. Picked up at the 25, and he rolls to the 35. A nice 9-yard or so pickup. And we'll see how West Central gets set up offensively for drive number 2. Had the last one end on a turnover on downs, just 1 yard short. First and 10 for the Heat. And they'll run inside on the trap. Gain of about 2. Second and 7 after the trap run. Heat have a man left, sends in a blitz this time, and is almost blown up, and they do get him on the blitz. That is number 20, Caden Heath, as he went completely through everybody and is able to get the tackle. Helped cleaned up by a few other Clippers, but that's a giant loss, a loss of about 6. Brings up 3rd and long for the Heat. 7:39 left to go here in the first quarter. As they get set towards the line. Wingman on the right. And once again, they're going to have a whole bunch of blockers for him. This time he's going to be pushed out just around the 1st yard line. We'll see if they'll mark him good or not. They're going to mark him behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 4th and 1. So 4th and 1. Might see another hard count. Heat. Wingman towards the right, and they do have a QB sneak. I don't believe they got it. I think they pushed him all the way back, and they're going to mark him a loss of 1. So 2 4th down stands work for the Amboy Clippers. And it'll be Clipper ball. Oh, they're going to mark him. They will mark it. Turnover on downs. So 7:11 remaining in the first. Nope. They're redeciding. They'll bring in the chains. They did not move the flag, so they will be able to mark off with the chains. I still think they don't believe they got it. It was really close. Of course, now there's a referee standing in my way. I can't quite see. Hey, there you go. Drag it, and he is short by just a few inches. And again, Clipper ball. Amboy fans brought in some type of air horn over there. So 1st and 10 for the Clippers. 6-0 your score as the Clippers lead. 7:11 on the scoreboard. They'll mark it right at the 45-yard line. A little bit more. I'll call it the 46. 1st and 10, shotgun formation now. And the bobbles the snap. They will decide to keep it on the blown play. He's going to try and cut in. There is a flag, I do believe, holding. So we'll see what the white cap says.
Eddie Jones carries it out. Maybe about a yard gain, but there's a flag on the play.
Jones on the broken play with the rush. And still not marking. They will say to move him back. So we'll be on the offense. Holding is the call. So they'll mark him back 10 and get it set up once again. 1st and 20. So first penalty of the game. And they'll roll clock with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Amboy back under center, I formation. It'll be a sweep to the right. Have one blocker. He wants to cut in. That is a big tackle. Looks like there is another flag on the play. Loss of maybe 1 on. We'll see exactly what the linesman says. There's a stretch play towards the right. They are already moving back, so it looks like another hold. So 2nd hold in a row. We're moving back another 10. So Amboy really going to need some offensive help for this drive.
Another penalty against the Clippers.
Looks like it was at the line of scrimmage, so 1st and 30 now for the Clippers. Switching in a few new players. Looks like wide receiver is probably going to see a pass play here, 1st and 10. Most likely see West Central kind of play off. Looks like they're only going to rush 3. Matching up, so man coverage, shotgun, 3 men wide, 1 man right. He's going to be on the motion. So quads on the blitz. He's going to keep it. Gets past the lineman. He's got 1. He's got 2. As he's going to run down the sideline. And boy, he's got 1 man to beat. Right behind him, 17. He's catching up. He's catching up and in for the touchdown. Do I see a penalty flag? No penalty flags. We'll call it there. A huge rush. Huge rush of about 65 yards. There for Eddie Jones on the keeper. Sent everybody wide, matched them up with a man. All they did was realize they matched them up with a blocker. So, huge play is what they needed. Huge play is what they got. 12-0. 6:08 left to go. Here to try for this 2-point conversion. Couldn't get it last time. I formation, linebacker showing blitz. He will go. They're going to look to pass. Has him on the out route, and he's got it in for 2. 14-0 as the Clippers are on a roll. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 6:08 left to go here in the first. 14-0 as Amboy leads at West Central. As the sun goes down, the wind starts to kick up just a little bit as they'll squib it and lands a little bit far as it rolls out of bounds. We'll see. Did they touch it? No. It'll roll out of bounds. They'll get it set at the 40-yard line. Excuse me.
It is out of bounds.
Believe the 30. I don't know, the referees know where to place it. Waiting for them to mark down where they go. They're going to have a little conference, and they'll mark it at the 35. So 1st and 10 from the 35 for West Central Heat. First and 10 as they get the correct ball. West Central still same offense, sends the blitz as they'll roll through, and a huge tackle. Loss of about 2 as they blew up the line. Amboy just kind of has their number right now on the defensive and offensive line. Really doing a great job of using blitz to blow up any type of trap, any type of movement up front. 5:45 left to go in the first. So 2nd and 11. They're going to send the blitz in once again, and this time it'll roll out right. And a tackle, maybe a gain of 3. Still 3rd and long.
Bring up 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, so a gain of 2. So 3rd and long. Haven't seen a pass attempt yet for the Heat. Maybe we can see it now. Looking like they're going for a hard count. They will not get it, and they'll take a timeout. So will we here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb. They were so wonderful.
I thought about the staff of MDH. They're all good. This is just the best place for you and your family.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. 3rd and long. It'll be a option pitch. He's got blockers. He's going to be taken out, though. Just about 4 yards short, and it'll be 4th down once again. 3 jives, 3 4th down stands, maybe third time's the charm for the Heat. This one, 4th and 4 with 4:45 to go. Man, they just would have taken one more second. We could have had 4th and 4 at 4:44. On the 41, 14-0. They are going to look to punt. Might be a hard count. They're not going to send any man back to receive. And they'll let it go. It'll roll down at the 33-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Amboy Clippers. 4:39 after that huge play.
Shout out to On Fire sponsors, Advanced Plumbing and Mechanical, Country Financial, County Line Diner, Dorn Insurance, Smart Local 91.
So 1st and 10 for the Clippers. Under center, has one out route. It's going to be, I don't think they got much of anything on that one. Great job by the line to stop that.
Tackled by Cody Wade.
Looks like,
Brings up
they'll mark it right back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. Back to the eye. It'll be a handoff left side. He's got a wide open hole. He gets pushed ahead, has one man to beat, and the safety is able to stop him at the 43-yard line. Although there is another penalty flag. Block in the back. And as I can hear the Amboy coaches behind me, I do not believe they agreed with that call whatsoever. So, spot of the foul penalty, they'll move him back. It'll be 2nd and about 8. We'll go 2nd and 8. 4:03 left to go here in the first quarter. As the Clippers come out. Back to the I formation. They're going to load up the blocks, have 2 linebackers. 3 linebackers blitz. He tries to get past 1, but it stops. A loss of about 2 or 3. They'll say a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and a long 9. So penalties have been stopping Amboy so far. Had that one long play that erased 2 long holding calls. But right back where we were with 3rd and 9. I formation for him. Sending middle linebacker again. They'll fake the sweep. He gets past one. He gets past two. He's going to launch it way downfield at the 30, and it is just overthrown by about 7-8 yards. Boy, he's got the arm talent for it. But 4th down now, 3:21 left in the first. Looks like they're going to switch to the punt formation. So the Heat get their first stop of the day. Heat not going to bring someone on the return. They'll just keep everybody up front looking for a fake. And Amboy will launch it end over end, dropped at the 39, excuse me, the 35. And they'll mark it down at the 37. So that's where the Heat will get set up offensively with 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. First and 10 for the Clippers. Excuse me, for the Heat. I tell you, it's the two Reds that are going to be messing with me. Sends the blitz once again. Ball tackled away behind the line. A loss of about 2 or 3. They keep sending Caden Heath pretty much on the dot every single play through that B gap.
Loss of about a yard.
Only loses about 1. Wind has picked up here once again. Second down, they'll roll outside, and the big tackle. Once again, Heath, this time gets a huge tackle. Might have been even a sack there, depending on if they were going to look to pass or look to just roll out. But still, 3rd and super long.
Tackle for a big loss.
Boy, one fan just came by with what I think is chili cheese fries, and that might change my dinner plans. 3rd and long. Now we can see what the Heat kind of decide to do. If they do pass, they're probably going to have to keep at least one running back as a blocker to help out this line. They'll send the blitz once again. They do blitz, and they just completely swallow it up. 2-man front there on the sack. Heath once again, and 83, Evan Flanagan, the 2 sophomores. And it'll be 4th and long. Let's see, that's 4th and 10. That's 4th and 20. 4th and 30. Around 4th and 30. And they'll go to punt. And movement on the punt. We'll look to see. It was a false start. So they'll move him back another 5. Now we need our calculators to figure out what's going on. As that's the 3rd and 35. Looking on the punt. And almost got a hand on it. As it'll roll out of bounds. Didn't even get up to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 10. 1:07 left to go for the Clippers. As Amboy getting nice field position. Was stopped last time. Looking to see if the defense can stop him again this time. I'd like to thank you all for watching here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Chains get set. Defense has not gotten set. And I believe they got on to jump. Offsides on the defense. They'll move up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5. And they'll try it again. A little slow coming up and getting set on the defensive side. So first down, I formation. They'll hand it off left, have two blockers. He'll pop outside. If he cuts inside, he might have a lane. And tackled down at the 10-yard line. And another first down for the Clippers. I believe they're going to mark him down at the 11. They're going to go hurry up. They are ready to keep on rolling into the end zone. First down for the Clippers, 55 seconds to go. Might want to score here before the end of the quarter. And it'll be a fullback carry up the far side. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a gain of 1 or 2. 21 on the rush. That's Quinn Luffelman. And he does get about a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8, 30 seconds left. Might be the last play of the quarter before they flip sides. It'll be a handoff. And that is wide open lane. Josh McKendry in for the Clipper touchdown. 20-0 on that run. That off tackle kind of look is pretty easy for him so far as they get out there towards the 5 and 6 hole. "19 seconds left here in the first quarter. 20-0. And a little miscombobulation. Ball's on the ground. He's going to pick it back up for he is tackled behind the line. A few attempts, few tries, just couldn't get it to go. So 20-0 your scores. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 20-0 here, 19 seconds left in the first quarter as the Clippers kick it off once again. This time a big shot down at the 15-yard line. He's got to run and start as he is tripped up and tackled. Once again, Caden Heath on the tackle, the sophomore, as he is just a heat-seeking missile for the ball so far. Multiple sacks on the day. 1st and 10 for the Heat. We'll see offensively how the Heat work this one. So far have had some success, a few first downs, but just not enough as they once again are blown up. The QB keeps it on the option. I don't believe he got much of a gain, if any. We'll see exactly where the referee marks him. They will give him a little bit much. Maybe it's just my perspective. Gain of about 2 or 3 as that'll be the end of the first quarter. 20-0 as the Amboy Clippers lead here against the West Central Heat. So we'll just let you hear the cheerleaders real quick.
Can we have many cheerleaders behind the press box, please?
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. So we get set for the second quarter here at West Central, right outside Biggsville. 12 minutes on the clock. A lot of kids getting set up. It'll be second down for the Heat. Heat will roll it far side, and just an entire line of Clippers, a fleet, if you will, tackled down, maybe a loss of 2, and it'll be third and long. Not even a chuckle on that one, really? A fleet of Clippers? They're boats. Third and long. As Heat maybe go back to basics. The polling lineman gets you set up perfect if you have time to set it up, but the blitzing Amboy Clippers are not really helping out. There'll be a short pass out route, and he just cannot keep a hold of it. It'll be incomplete. Fourth and long. That did work. Keep that one in mind. Probably pull that one out maybe when it's closer, when a 5-yard gain would help. But they'll get set to punt it away once again. This time they do have a man back deep to take it. That is Braden Klein. Taking a while to get set up, and ooh, punt. Way out of bounds. We'll see where they want to mark it. They say it went out of bounds at about the 45. Of course, yeah, when it goes and it flies out of bounds, you want to sit right where it goes out of bounds. But when it lands this far and you say it's right there, referee's guessing, giving it to the closest line, I guess. 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go in the first half is, once again, good field position for the Clippers. As Amboy looking to extend the lead. I formation, linebackers playing back. They will have a little bit of a spy on the QB. Slips past one, tackled maybe a gain of 4 or 5. That is number 11, Aiden Garner on the tackle.
Two-yard gain on the play.
And a timeout taken by Amboy, so we'll take a timeout here as well on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And you know, sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And after the timeout, 10:39 left to go in the second quarter. It is second and 8. I formation sending the blitz and gets outside, has one blocker, two blocker, red blocker, blue blocker, as he gets a nice gain of about 4 or 5. We do look like there's an injury on the field. Number 16 coming up slow. That's Jordan Kane. As he'll run out. In for West Central, Caleb Thompson. Might have landed wrong right there on the hand as he's going to hold it. But up and walking on his own power. So most likely we'll see him back. 3rd and 5 to go. Once again, showing blitz as they got him to jump.
Flag on the play.
Getting a little bit too eager. And that'll mark him up 5. We'll see if they do get the first down or no. Player discussing a little bit with the referee. It's going to be close. I don't think they'll get the first. But is very close. They'll give him the first. So that 5 will move the chains. And it'll be first down and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Amboy Clippers. I formation, fullback dive. And he gets a nice gain. This time a gain of about, we'll give him about 3. 10-15 to go. Clippers waiting for the play call. Still in the eye. Outside blitz. It's going to be a QB option. He's going to keep it himself. He's got one man to cut around and tackle down from behind. It was Cooper Gibb alongside Aiden Garner on the tackle. But it will be another Clipper first down. 9:45 on the clock. It'll be first and 10 at about the 15-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Clippers. It'll be a handoff. Cuts through one, cuts through 2, all the way home for another Amboy touchdown. Second in a row there for Josh McKendry. 26-0 as they look to attempt another 2-pointer. So they've had 2 failed 2-point conversions. They'll send a man in motion towards the right. It's going to be a sweep in for 2. Leffelman on the rush. Excuse me, Klein on the rush. And that will make it 28-0. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credits.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. Here's the kick. 9:20 left to go as they pick it up at the 19, but it's muffed. Able to get it right back, and he cuts through 1, cuts through 2, all the way down to the 34-yard line. As Heat going to try offensively to find anything, really. They had some success on play action. Could go back to the pass. The sweep has worked, but the biggest thing is they cannot pull any guards. The pulling of guards is letting in these middle linebackers who are blitzing through pretty much every play. Can't really blow through there. They have to make sure they stick and stay there. trust your skilled defenders to get, skilled offensive players to get through. Inside, and once again, another pull, another lost yardage. Loss of 1. Makes it 2nd and 11 with 9 to go, 9 minutes to go. We do have a halftime interview here to play, as alongside a little discussion in the college and NFL games upcoming this weekend. Second and 11. Send him in a blitz. Going to be a shovel behind, but man, just single hand spinning around. Leffelman on the tackle. And another loss for this offense. And just can't seem to find anything going. Loss of 5 makes it 3rd and 16. 8:28 to go. I do love the end zone designs, however, for the West Central Heat. The diamonds always cool. 3rd and long for him. Send the blitz. Going to be a pass. Fakes one. He's going to go long on the seam. He's just a little overthrown. And caught! He caught it. Oh, wow. What a great catch. 17, Alex McGraw. Able to, do believe he bobbled it a little bit on the defense, as he had 2 defenders, one in front, one behind. Able to slide in, get a hold, and keep connection all the way down. A huge pass makes it 7:56 left to go, and the Heat gets some offensive momentum now into the defensive zone. Looking inside, not much going. As a
Run by Graham Kelly. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. As a kid walks past, right in front of the camera, gets past there, jumps ahead, and then turns around and says sorry to the wrong guy. So, 2nd and 10, 7:17 to go. They're going to switch defensively, as it'll be a counter. Tackled after a gain of about 5. 3rd and 5 for the Heat.
Run by McGraw. For gain of about 5.
McGraw on the run. 6:48 to go. Third and 5. And once again, in the QB run, he's going to try and find a hole, gets a gain of about 2. And it'll be 4th and where are they going to mark it? 4th and 2. 4th down conversion. Heat still have not converted one today. We'll see if this can change it. And they almost get him to jump. They do not get him to jump. And they will take the timeouts. So will we here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 5:54 left to go. 28-0 your score as the Clippers lead the Heat.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back. Heat. They will hand it off a few times. He's found the wide open lane down the far right sideline and gets the first down. Boy, it faked me out too. I was just waiting to see who would come up with the ball. First down for the Heat. So a great timeout taken, great play call, and great execution. So first down for the West Central Heat. Drive keeps rolling for him. 5:47 left to go. First and 10. Sending the blitz. It's going to be a flag.
Flag on the play.
Don't see if it was false start or a offsides. Did have two blitzers coming. It was a false start. So move them back 5, and it'll be first to 15. .45 left to go. First and 15 for the Heat. As we'll see what they decide to do offensively. Taking a while to get the play call in as the wind picks up once again. Now switching positions coming in from the right of us. First and 15. Heat will run, and boy, that one is just swallowed up by, once again, take a guess, Caden Heath. Caden Heath having himself a game. Big, long loss. So, 5:20, second and long, as the Heat find themselves in a tough situation again offensively. Two pass plays have worked so far. Might go to that if they can't get a nice gain here on the rush. Send a blitz once again. They will go to pass. Has a man inside and picked off. And it's on the ground. So Amboy able to get the interception. And it'll be first and 10 for the Clippers. As West Central were putting up a nice drive so far. Found themselves down deep again. And just a little overthrown. Falls right into the safety's hands. And it'll be first and 10 with 4:53 to go here in the first half. As the band plays next to us. Great band, especially for West Central. As that is tackled down, maybe a gain of, they got a gain of 3. As I do have a band expert in quotations on the camera. We'll see. I'm not quite for sure if they will have a halftime show or not, but if they do, we will be able to show it. I formation. It's going to be a handoff as he's got a wide open lane. Boy, it's a foot race. One man to beat as he's hauling, trying, cannot get it. And that's another Amboy touchdown. Flag on the play. Just as soon as I hit the scoreboard button. So we'll see exactly what it is. Sideline infraction. But that should be a touchdown. A sideline infraction. Now we don't know really what to do, as the referees will discuss. We don't really know, folks. You can. So we'll sit and wait for him to discuss. It would be 34-0 if the touchdown does stand, but they have moved the players back. It's going to be offsetting penalties. If it's offsetting penalties, why is it not a touchdown? Well, I believe Amboy coach, yes indeed, down there talking to the referees, trying to sort this out.
Replay second down, offsetting penalties.
On a sideline infraction. So it will not be a touchdown. We'll take that back. It'll be 28-0 still. And a little bit of confusion offensively. Starting a little bit slow. Third down for the Clippers. We'll see no gain on the play. So we'll be third down. As the moon is rising, it is losing that yellow luster. Turn it back into its old normal self. Third and 7 for the Clippers. Looking to pass. Has one man wide open on the post. He got him. One man to beat as he'll be tackled just past the 50 into the 48-yard line. And a long pass means a first down for the Amboy Clippers. 3:16 left to go as it's turning stone cold here. And it'll be first at the 48. First and 10 for the Clippers. It'll be an option as the QB will hand it off. Loss, I do believe, of about a few inches, if anything. For momentum, they might give it to him. No, they're going to move him back a full yard. So a loss of 1, second and 11. 2:30 left to go here in this second quarter. Amboy wants to get another one in to make up for that lost touchdown. And a flag on the play. We'll see exactly what it is. Might be a hold. It sounds like it might be a hold. As the referees discuss. Indeed, a hold on the play. Or blocking the back. Blocking the back. Okay. Blocking the back from the penalty.
Penalty is against the Clippers.
So the repeat second down. This time from the 47-yard line. So second and 16. 2:22 left to go in the second quarter. Man, about halftime, 8 o'clock. We're sitting really nice for a game. Last week that I announced, the West Prairie Galva game, a lot of pass-heavy gameplay. I think I didn't leave it till about 10:30. Launching way down there, trying to find it, and he does! Huge catch, huge pitch, all the way down to the 4-yard line. 2:09 as the clock rolls. Trying to exactly see what the number was. That is 36, Caleb Llanos on the catch. And once again, another long play for the Clippers. 1:53 left to go, as it'll be at the 4-yard line. They didn't stop the clock to move the chains, but first down, they'll be under center, trying to get the defense offset. It'll be a trap up the middle. Fullback pushes through and in. Leffelman with another touchdown is Quinn Leffelman as he gets it back to 34-0. And they'll attempt the 2-point conversion with 1:39 left to go in the first half. $139 on the board. Sends a man in motion. They did a sweep last time. It's going to be a QB pass. He pitches it just a little bit too right. It's batted away. Incomplete. So 34-0 your score. We'll take a break on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their health care.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 1:39 left to go here in the second quarter. Set to kick. And this one gets at the 15-yard line. That's where they'll pick it up looking inside middle. He's got a nice block. Oh, but just stopped by the kicker and a few of his friends right next to him. Thought he had a wide open lane, but boy, that close so quick. 1:32 left to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Heat. Last drive ended on that interception, so looking to get something a little bit better for him this time. Want to get some. Want to make sure they get some points in before the end of the half. Looking right. Do all their plays have a pulling guard or pulling tackle in them? I'm starting to wonder, because this is just another time they started out a drive with a loss, and it's just not helping no matter what. They're just having a hard time with this blitz. So 2nd and 15. Blitz left. He's going to look to pass. Has the out route. Got it. And that'll be good for about 6, I do believe. Yep. So 3rd and 9 after the pass. That stops the clock, though, at 48 seconds left to go. Third down. Send the blitz in once again. Send 2 pullers. And once again, it's shut down behind the line of scrimmage. He keeps his hands, though. He just keeps on pumping, trying to find any lane. And, boy, just nothing as he is tackled 3 down behind the line. Goes out of bounds. So it'll be 4th down with 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Should be 4th down, no? Timeout taken. Timeout taken by Amboy. So we'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. 4th down, set to punt. That is high. Oh, almost gets a hold of the ball. And it's going to drop down. They will muff it. They muffed it. They touched it. It is Heat ball with 30 seconds left to go. So a huge momentum shift. Now they're up to the 48-yard line. They have a chance to get something on the board here before the end of the half.
It'll be Heat ball.
So the Heat with a chance now. They had that shot with a post and a seam towards the left, I do believe, about 2 drives ago. Had the pick, but I think it could work in this situation. 27 seconds left to go. Under center at the 48-yard line. Sending the blitz. He picks up the blitzer, throws it, and it is almost picked off. Hands right there. Looking like the Honey Badger last night as he dropped the easy pick. Be incomplete in 2nd and 10. 23 seconds left to go here in the first half. Second down. Sending the blitz. Going to be a looking, trying to find anything towards the right sideline, but everybody works laterally. Can't get anything going out of bounds. Stops the clock, though, at 16 seconds. 3rd down.
Run by McGraw, good for a gain of 1 yard.
Third down. Heat with the play. .16 seconds left to go. 3rd and 9. Hands off. Nice drive. But that is rolling clock. 8 seconds left to go, and I think that'll be the it for them. So at the half, 34-0. As we will keep it here, as they do have the mini cheerleaders, as we'll show that. And then a little discussion about upcoming football games after. So I'll take the headset off. You guys can enjoy the upcoming show.
Please welcome our many cheerleaders to the field.
That's yours. That's yours.
Emmy! Woo!
Ooh, that was a close one.
Let's go, girls.
All right, welcome to halftime here. Patrick Osterman with us, and we talk about behind-the-scenes stuff all the time. The guy running the board right now, kind of crazy.
I don't know if you could get a much higher title running the board behind the scenes of an interview at McDonough District Hospital other than our president and chief executive officer, Bill Murdoch. But we appreciate Bill helping us out.
Yeah, he's game to help with everything. I'm guessing your job has to be a little more relaxed now. He seems to be like a pretty good guy to work with.
I tell you what, Bill has done a fantastic job. You knew just how good of a person he was, having worked with him for the last 5 years prior as our chief financial officer. And when he was promoted to our chief executive officer, I was all excited about it. I think everybody in the organization was very excited about it. You talk about, do you need to do a national search? And our board of directors, I give them all the credit in the world. They listen to the staff. They listen to the community members and said, you got somebody here who knows what they're doing, is a great person, does a great job. He knows the community. He's invested in the community, and it's it's been a great 2024 so far, and we've got a lot of bright future, a lot of great things that we're looking ahead towards.
Well, it's nice because MDH has been so embedded in the community, right? It is always nice to have somebody at the top and throughout the system that's also embedded in what the community has to offer and needs.
Absolutely. With my job, I do a lot of community relations. I get out, talk with businesses, talk with organizations. And one of the first conversations I had with Bill when he stepped into that new role, he said, Pat, I want to get out in the community. And we've been able to do that. We've gone out and met with our regional healthcare colleagues, CEOs, just talking about what can we do together? Is there anything we can do together? Rural healthcare is tough. There's a lot of challenges we face, but if we work together, maybe play to each other's strengths, I think we can both succeed. And that's the best way that we can help serve our community, help serve the patients that we are here to serve.
Well, and improving your brand is always a good thing, right? Whether it's a hospital or TSSR Game Time Live, improving your brand is a good thing. Getting out in the community helps that, but also expanding your options helps that as well, right?
Absolutely. One of the things you always look at is clinical partnerships. If we can't get a physician here, is there another healthcare organization that we can do what we call a clinical partnership with? Blessing Health is a great example out of Quincy. They bring cardiologists up here, a pulmonologist. We have a urologist that comes up here once a week. So our patients in McDonough County, they don't have to drive down to Quincy or maybe Springfield or maybe Peoria. If we can find those clinical partnerships where they can be seen here in Macomb, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Well, last year we talked about expanding to Monmouth with you. We talked about the pharmacy. As we talked to Bill, the pharmacy is expanding, and I shouldn't say expanding, it's coming to completion. You've done great things, I think, in Monmouth. What's down the road for MDH? Are you at a point that you can talk about anything that's coming?
I think we just got to keep looking on how we can continue to grow, and that's been one of our focal points. We do strategic planning on a quarterly basis. We want to look ahead, 2-3 years down the road, but as we said, there's a lot of dynamics going on in healthcare right now. So if you get too far ahead, you kind of lose sight what could be coming right around the corner. So that's why we try to keep it more of a short term, yet still look ahead to the long term. Like we said, our biggest challenge is how can we continue to grow? We've been here for over 65 years. What can we do as an organization, as a staff, as an administration team to make sure we're still around here for 65 years and beyond?
As public relations guy for the hospital, what do you want to use this opportunity to tell the people that might be watching about MDH in 2024 that's different maybe than what they expected or saw from 2023 or before?
Well, as you just talked about, our clinical expansions, as you said, Monmouth, our MDH Monmouth Clinic, convenience clinic, sports med and rehab. We got great staff up there, and I think that's a common theme. I know Bill talks about this a lot. I 100% on board with this too. I agree 100%. I would think you'd ask any of our staff members, they would say that we got a great team right now. We do a great job working together, and I think that's how we can play to our strengths to help grow. You talked about the community pharmacy. We're excited when that starts coming online and how we can best serve our community. A lot of convenience. I think one thing that we learned from COVID, people love convenience. We got our drive-through labs, and now you got our drive-through community pharmacy. A lot of good things going on. Stay tuned. It's an exciting time right now in our organization.
Well, have some fun at baseball this weekend, okay?
We're going to have some fun. A lot of fall baseball going on as we record this right before the start of high school football season. I know we're going to have a lot of great football games. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this year.
We'll be right back with the second half right after this.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As we get set here about 4 minutes from the end of halftime, I have the extra 3 minutes and more like 7. 34-0 as the Clippers lead the Heat. Amboy pretty much offensively doing whatever they want, which including penalties. They have had a few penalties blocking the backs, a few holding penalties, had offsetting sideline infractions that took away a long touchdown. But offensively for them, they've been working well, working fine in the cold as it's starting to really feel like October for once. Boy, I'm just really tired of the flipping flopping, but what else do you expect living in Illinois? Looking over at the West Central side, however, just offensively, nothing doing. They've had some nice pass plays, some opportunities that just haven't been able to hit. But on the offensive line, it's the polling. I still think, you take away the polling, you set up plays, work, fast, hit, throw in a fullback for the blocking, maybe run out of the eye. The eye's been working for Amboy. Why not try out the eye? Anything, really, to get any movement, to get anything going northwards, north and south. They've just been trying to get east and west to set up really nice blocking lines, and it works when it works, but it's not working when they're sending in multiple blitzers. They just start every drive with a loss. So as we get set to see the upcoming second half of this game, we can look forward to the next few days, as tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Western Illinois takes on the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. As Western 2-4 on the season, have a few, wins on the belt. Doing better, overall, the shift into the Ohio Valley definitely is going to be a positive for the Leathernecks, as, when you're trying to go up against everybody else in that conference, you just can't really compete. Looking out into the next games here on the Saturday docket, already 6:45 left in the second quarter. Number 2, Oregon, 21-0 against Purdue. A lot of people, Purdue has a history of stealing away upsets. A lot of people were hoping Purdue would pull this one out. It's not looking like it so far. A lot of game left, almost a quarter and a fourth, but still just 21-0. Tonight at 9:15, the nightcap is going to be number 13 BYU versus Oklahoma State. A West Conference. Do believe BYU, did they make it into the Big 12? I can't quite keep up with the conference realignments, to tell you the truth. Doing better with college football knowledge this year due to the college football video game, and I do thank EA for finally releasing one of those. Been waiting on that for a decade. Finally have it. However, I switch everything to what it was in about 2010, so I don't know for sure. But in the SEC tomorrow at 11 a.m. Still weird the game started at 11 instead of noon, but Auburn takes on number 19 Missouri. The Miami of Florida takes on Louisville. East Carolina takes on the number 23 ranked Army. As Army and Navy both ranked the first time, I do believe, since the 80s. I can't be quite sure, but really great to see two service academies playing, especially Army. If you guys ever have a chance, just go look back last week at the stiff arm that the Army QB had on a QB trap. Beautiful, beautiful. There's something about the Army triple option. It's wonderful. More teams need to run it. Against East Carolina, shout out my buddy Remington up there at the Air Force Academy near East Carolina. Virginia takes on number 10 Clemson. Nebraska taking on number 16 Indiana, the Hoosiers ranked, versus the Cornhuskers. Once again, number 25 Navy takes on Charlotte. Alabama, number 11 Tennessee, as Alabama takes on UT. Michigan, Illinois, number 24 versus number 22. Who would have thought after Michigan wins the national championship last year that we'd be sitting here saying that Illinois is ranked higher than them? Not me, for sure. Notre Dame taking on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, very, very good team. Unranked, as they do have a few losses. However, I think they can pull out a victory here. Notre Dame already has a big loss against NIU. They can get another upset here. Texas Tech, number 14, takes on Mississippi State. LSU, Arkansas, the big one tomorrow at 6:30. Number 5, Georgia, takes on number 1 ranked Texas. As they're saying, the Longhorns are back. First big, challenge for them, at least this week, against an SEC team. They are in the SEC now. Still weird. Still don't like it. Can't do anything about it. Kansas State, number 17, against West Virginia. Another very good team is Kansas State, looking to be bowl eligible. Number 9, Iowa State against UCF. UCF has a QB very, very good. And then finally, tomorrow at 7 p.m., SMU, number 21, versus Stanford, as the Mustangs trying to bring back some of that 80s glory as the New Wave Pony Express takes a ride out to the Stanford Cardinal. Sunday, we start out at 8:30 a.m. in London. Set your alarms. Make sure you stay, to get your sleep and wake up early to see the Patriots takes on the Jaguars. Would not blame you if you sleep in. I certainly most likely will. As the Patriots and the Jaguars, Drake May looked good on his first start. There's just nothing going with this Jaguars team. Later at noon, though, Vikings taking on the Lions in what looks to be a matchup for the division. The Titans take on the Bills. Dolphins take on the Colts. Falcons versus the Seahawks as the Birds take flight. Packers versus Texans in a very close matchup there. Texans, very good last year, even better this year. Bengals Browns. As a Steeler fan, why can't both lose? Why can't both lose? Why not? Joe Burrow takes on Deshaun Watson, and we'll see. Contract is bad for Deshaun Watson. You can't really say that you're going to bench somebody making $200+ million guaranteed, but he has been atrocious all year. Eagles-Giants, as Saquon Barkley most likely will get some massive boos in the New York crowd. Raiders-Rams, Panthers-Commanders, which past 3 years most likely would have been an awful game. This year, Jaden Daniels, the QB, up against Caleb Williams for Rookie of the Year. Both QBs very good. Chiefs 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch. Jets Steelers will be your final game. I don't know why they didn't flex anybody out, as that's going to be a very odd game. Ravens Buccaneers Monday Night Football alongside Chargers Cardinals for Monday Night Football. And that's your wrap up of the next few days in football as we get set for the third quarter here at Biggsville, as the Amboy Clippers pretty much holding down the fort. 34-0, 12 minutes on the clock, set for quarter number 3. Amboy set to kick. First time kicking for, West Central set to kick. They'll rolling out, picked up. Oh, it's going to be muffed. He's able to pick it up, and big shot. You hear the clack together. And they'll start off with the ball around the 40-yard line. We'll say at the 41-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Clippers. I'd like to thank you for watching here on TSSR Game Time Live. Looking towards our live chat. One Piece Chan, nobody's won yet. It's only halftime. 1st and 10. Nice username, by the way. Hands the ball off. No, it's going to be a option, triple option. He's going to throw the QB down, but boy, everybody's forgetting about the running back as he's rolling and moving, keeps on running. He's got one man to beat on the left, and that is in for a Clipper touchdown. Braden Klein, another one for him. 40-0. As one play, one touchdown, just keeps on rolling. 11:38 left in the third quarter, 4-0, as we'll see the 2-point conversion attempt. I formation for the Clippers. They'll sweep out to the right, puts it back in and in for 2. 42-0 here, as we'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As our scoreboard's a little slow, we'll see if this one will work. And they put 2 extra points. Thank you. 42-0. That does mean we are in running clock, so now we're down to 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. As they'll get set to kick off to Amboy. Receivers down at the 15-yard line, and they're going to boom it all the way to the 20. Nice reception on the run as they'll move out of bounds. It's number 11, Aiden Gardner, on the catch.
To the 33-yard line.
And we'll get down to about the 33. First and 10 for Amboy. .37 to go as the Heat come out. If it's running clock, does the referee really have to make a big show out of run clock? It never stopped. I know it's the road to play clock, but still, once again, first down, and it's another loss.
Brought down in the backfield. We'll bring up 2nd and 14.
2nd and 3 for the Heat. 9:05 left to go. So they'll move him back now past the 30 to about the 29. It's about right on the 30. We'll go with it. Second down, showing blitz. They go inside, and on the tackle, Caden Heath, number 20, once again. Loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 15. 8:24 left to go here in the third quarter. Third and long for West Central. Send in blitz once again. It's going to be Spinaroonie over to the running back. He's going to push out for the right side. A nice hit, but it is not enough. It's going to be 4th and 9.
After a gain of about 6. That'll bring up 4th down.
So 4th and 9 for the Heat. So 4th down, set the punt. Snap is a little low, but they get it off. Dropped at the 37. He's going to look into the middle, cutting right back to the right side. Might have a hold, and there is the flag. Hold off on the horns, folks, as there's a hold towards the right side. That'll be pushed back.
Punt return by Braden Klein for a Clippers touchdown.
So at 6:36 left to go, they'll tell them, hey, yo, roll clock. We'll see where they mark it at. There's a car going off back there. Don't think anybody's noticed. Hold is the call on the return. Now moving back 10, and they will start at the 47, nope, excuse me, at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Amboy. I formation, 1st and 10, 5:23 left. And there is a flag on the play. A little bit of extra movement. That'll move him back 5. It'll be 1st and 15 for Amboy. So 2 penalties right in a row. First and 15, I formation for the Clippers. Hands it off as they're leaving and no chance at a quarterback rollout tackle. The quarterback after the handoff almost takes out the head referee. Gain of about 3 makes it 2nd and 12. 4:30 left to go here in the 3rd. So 2nd and long. Sweep to the right. Trying to find an open lane. He pushes through and maybe gets 1 yard past the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and 9.
Toss to Ed Fry. There's a gain of about 4. Bring up 3rd and 8.
It's going to be 3rd and 8 now with 3:33. Rolling inside. He's got a lot of room to run, and that is in for the touchdown. We'll see. Flag on the play. No flag on the play. So another run by Klein in to make it 48-0 here with 3 minutes to go. So Amboy gets set. Most likely, up 48. Probably will see a kneel down here for the 2-point conversion. Nope, they're going to roll it in, and that'll be 2. So an even 50 for the Clippers as we'll take a break on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 50-0 here with 1:19 left in the third as Amboy gets set to kick. Looking at the MLB playoff picture, the Mets win tonight 12-6 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Makes it a 3-2 playoff matchup, Dodgers leading. So 1 to go as the Mets trying to make it 3 wins in a row. And they'll roll down to around the 36, 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark them down at. Currently at the top of the 5th, the Yankees are over the Guardians 3-2 as a huge game yesterday as the Guardians long looked dead, had a few little men on base. Big hit by Big Christmas. Jomsky Noel and puts it into overtime, and then David Fry sends the home crowd happy on a walk-off in overtime. I'm still in football mode. Extra innings. Basically the same thing. So they'll just wait out the end of the quarter. 14 seconds left. That's 50-0 as the Amboy Clippers lead. We'll take another quick break here at the quarter, and be right back.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And as we get set for the fourth quarter here, 50-0 Clippers, as the cheerleaders throw some stuff out towards the crowd. A long throw up there. It'll be a run-in, ball on the ground. We'll see who comes up with it. Looks like they're able to recover. So it'll be Heat ball still. No gain on the play. Trying to see if there was a flag or why they're communicating. Well, didn't see anything, so just the referees wanting to talk shop out there, probably telling them what the score of the Yankee game is. Rolling out towards the left side, gets past one defender, gets past 2 defenders, and he stiff arms the third as he gets past the 50 for a first down and some more. All the way down to the 45-yard line, and the Heat get another first down. First and 10. 10:38 to go. As the Heat gets set. Hands it off up the middle. He gets a nice push. He keeps on going. They've got a block. He's just got to get past the last defender, and he cannot. But another long run and a first down for the Heat. Now they're getting some momentum, and if you realized, not a pole in sight those last 2 plays. Ten minutes to go here in the fourth as the Heat looking to try and get on the board. Trying to roll out towards the right. Has a nice block, and he is tackled at the 15-yard line. So a nice gain, almost another first down.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second one.
Yes. Third game on camera. Gloves could probably help. 9 minutes to go here in the fourth as the Heat 2nd and 1. For a team called the Heat, it's pretty cold out here. Woohoo. Looking to the right side, he's got a line of blockers trying to reach inside, and he does. Touchdown for the West Central Heat. That is number 17 on the rush, Alex McGraw, the senior. And the Heat get on the board, 50-6. So they'll look for the 2-point conversion. I formation, no, excuse me, just a single back, and they'll run in for the 2. So 50-8 your score. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 50-8 your score, 6:50 to go as the Heat get set to kick off to the Amboy Clippers. And it's a big shot over to the 33. And he's going to take it towards the left side, cut back in, and gets past the 50 before he is spun out of bounds. And that's where Amboy will get set up. 6:26 left to go. Try my best, but I could not find a stitch pun there for 6:26 left to go. Try my best, gonna get it. 6:05 left to go. First and 10 for him at the 50-yard line. Say, if I had a nickel for every time my camera person / girlfriend has rolled her eyes at me today, I'd probably be rolling in the millions at this point. First and 10 I formation for him. Almost lost his footing there, able to hand it off towards the right side. He's got blockers on the edge. They're going to throw the flag for a hold. And this one will be taken back. I just got another nickel, didn't I? Big gain, but that is going to be rolled back for the hold.
The holding on the Clippers.
That'll be first and 15. Looking inside, nice gain of about 9. 4:34 left to go.
Blake Ricketson on the tackle. Brings up second down.
It'll be 2nd and 7. We'll go with 2nd and 7. Could be 2nd and 6. Hey, they say it's 2nd and 6. We'll go with 2nd and 6. I formation still. 4:10 left to go. Hands ball to the fullback, and he's got a head of steam. Heath on the rush, gets the first down and a little bit more.
Run by Caden Heath, good for a Clippers first down.
First and 10 for Amboy. I formation, hands it off inside, trying to sneak through, and they get the first, 5 yards. 2nd and 5, 3:21 left to go. 3-2-1.
Bring up 2nd and 5. 6.
Rolling, getting a nice gain of about 3. 2:50 left to go.
Jordan Kane in on the tackle. That'll be 3rd and 3.
Third and 1. I formation, they'll wait for the count off. 2:15 left. 3rd down. I formation on the blitz, but he spun him in front and almost got the first. Just a little bit left. 4th and, let's go with 4th and inches, why not?
No gain on the play, brings up 4th down.
.132 and a flag.
Flag on the play.
That'll be a false start, then moving back 5 and try it again. 1 minute to go, 1 minute to go here at West Central. As Amboy will take this one 50-8. Amboy already getting lined up. It'll be 4th and 6, I formation with 45 seconds left to go. I'll wait for the person to mark it off. There is the count. I formation. It'll be a fullback dive. He tries to go outside, can't get it. 24 seconds left.
Number 28, Mikey Schrammond on the tackle.
But that'll be the end of this one. 50-8 is your final as the Amboy Clippers are able to hold on and just take over this game entirely over the West Central Heat. We thank you for watching here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we will see you next time.